How are we going, everyone? Just standing next to the plum tree because I saw it through the kitchen window in glorious flight there. So we've got flowers. This is a double graft, and this side is actually flowering well this year because every other year it's been very little or no flowers and bugger all fruit. So I've persevered with the pruning. You want to learn how to prune a plum tree? Well, you can watch previous videos. Just wanted to show you this, but this is not the main one while we're here because we're going to go have a look at the peach tree that we sprayed with colloidal silver, the advanced one, to see if it's actually leafing out and if any leaf curl has affected the tree after the spray we've done. But isn't this glorious? You've got to love it. I'm going to love it. So are the rats. This peach tree here has done wonderfully well so far with the flowers. We've got doubles and triples. That's where you'll see your flowers coming from. Let me show you some. Well, basically like that there. And that's a little bit young to set fruit, but that will be where it's come from. But at the end of the day, I'm here to look for leaf curl. Now, leaf curl, for those who don't know, it's the blistering and the distortion of the leaf by a fungi that gets onto it, and it becomes almost like a blister-like shape, but it's not actually blistering, but it bubbles up and it crunches in within itself. And when that starts happening, it really stops the photosynthesis that you need when it needs from the sun to be able to be strong and healthy. And it also merges onto the fruit over time. If it's really excessive, it can cause dieback on the tips of your plant, and it can cause a lot of problems long-term, meaning the tree could actually die from it if you don't treat it. Now, treating it, in the past, I used to use, well, I can still use it, and I do it here and there, but not for this specific problem, our bluestone-based fungicide, which is our plant health enhancement kit. That's a great one. But that's a fungicide, but it is very acidic, so that's a good light spray you can do on it. We used to say to the point of runoff, and now reflecting on it and learning more about it, it's probably something I wouldn't do that regularly. In far as leaf curl and in reference to a tree like this that needs multiple applications, doing it on the tree when it's dormant from the end of autumn, sort of late autumn to through winter all the way to early spring before bud burst, that's about 4 or 5 sprays. You can do that on a tree. I used to say to spray around the base. I would say don't do that because there are more negative impacts on the soil and the life in the soil than there are good. But spray the trunk if you can. Yeah, you're going to get a lot of free fall sprays, mist going down, but it's nothing compared to when you're directing the spray directly on the soil. Now, that's the bluestone. The other one is a wettable sulfur that comes in a powder form. You can dust it on. There's a liquid form of sulfur. That's a lot softer than by comparison to the bluestone. So that's the alternative. A lot of people use it on grapevines. So wettable sulfur is a great one for that purpose. Then we've moved into the bicarb soda. We've gone into the kitchen pantry. Now, the kitchen pantry is the bicarb soda, as I mentioned. That works really well by oxygenating it. That's the best way I could express it. And it causes those little fungal cells to explode and dehydrate, and that helps alleviate the problem, but it's not the be-all. So by ranking them, obviously bluestone's the strongest and can be harsh. Then you got your wettable sulfur, then you got your bicarb soda. Even oil-based sprays with soap have a great effect in smothering the spores and stopping it from spreading. But from there, I've gone on to colloidal silver. First time I've used it on this tree, only one spray, and it was late in the season. This hasn't had the multiple sprays as it has had in the past with the bluestone, and we've been very successful in controlling it because prior to that, it's about 15 years old, this tree, maybe a little bit more. It has had leaf curl every season. So we've been here 7 years approximate. The first 2 or 3 years, as I watched the tree, I didn't do anything major on plants, planting. Well, I did do a lot of things, but I didn't do a lot of maintenance on these trees. I needed to see how they performed first year, second year. By the third year, I got into the sprays, and we were able to reduce the amount of leaf curl almost to nothing, and that's by doing multiple sprays. So the bluestone-based fungicide, we've got our plant enhancement kit that works really well, but that's one you do monthly. Others will tell you to do it once or twice near the end of the season. Others will tell you to do it when you see the problem. Others will say maybe do 2 sprays in winter and 1 in spring. Whatever they say, I say 1 a month with the bluestone from the first sign of leaf fall. 10% of your leaves have to fall. That's the sign of the tree going into dormancy slowly. That's when the spores will become active. They'll start to activate to move onto your tree. That's where you need to spray. But, and it's worked, but the colloidal silver, no sprays, active spores all over the tree. Well, they're dormant during winter, but they activate because we did smother them through spring. And as soon as the leaves or the sap starts to flow, we have got flowers now. And I would have expected to see leaf curl by now on these leaves. And you can say a lot of things about why it hasn't happened, because it may be the colloidal silver. I haven't been convinced yet. I'm getting very confident. It could be the weather as well, because we haven't had that sudden burst of heat, and somehow I find the sun rays causes blistering, and it's not sunburning as such, but there's some sort of reaction that goes on there. So let's have a close look, because at this moment in time, let's say the weather's been the same every year, and the only thing that's going to stop this from getting leaf curl is by doing our sprays. We haven't done our bluestone, we've only done colloidal silver. So if it works, there'll be no leaf curl on this. If it doesn't work, well, we'll find a few spots. Let's go hunting. Don't mind my glasses, folks. I lost my ones again, so I found these old ones lying around. Aren't they pretty? This is the real weak side of the tree, meaning it doesn't get all the sun when it's fully covered over there, so it's in a dark spot. But we have got leaves coming on here. So have a close look at these ones here. These are super clean still. Nothing on it. Decent sized leaf has come out already. If it was going to blister, folks, it would be bubbling and twisting and distorting. And if anything, it'll have a discoloration, more on the rosy side in colour. Have a look here. Let me just get in here for a second. That's okay. They're good. What about that one there? There's a little bit. Oh, look, I'm being really pedantic now. I don't know if you can see what I'm touching there. Slightly discoloration there on the tip. You know what? It's still early days, obviously, but if it was going to curl, folks, it would curl from the first sign of the leaf coming out. Are they aphids? Can you see that? Can't tell. I've got to get from the other side. Even with these old glasses, obviously these glasses aren't as powerful as the new ones I buy now. Meaning my eyes are getting worse. Yeah, they are aphids, folks. I've got someone here. It's the first sign. Here they come. So this little branch just there, but nowhere else at the moment. The first one. So clean them off by hand if you can. Just monitor them too. You can do a little spray if you need to, but for now, the flowers are magnificent, folks. I tell you that much. I am enjoying this, the cluster of flowers, and I expect to see a lot of fruit. Maybe not a lot of fruit, because there are a lot of doubles. It doesn't mean they're all going to set. But the more important part about this is if you get leaf curl and you're riddled with leaf curl on your your nectarine and peach trees, and you haven't done anything, or whatever you have been doing simply doesn't seem to work, you still get a little bit of leaf curl afterwards, and it's excessive, you feel it's a bit excessive with the sprays, well, I think colloidal silver is going to be the go-to product moving forward, and it's only been one spray, and it wasn't a heavy spray. A tree like this, I put about 2 litres on average to give it a good coat each time. With the colloidal silver, I reckon I went through about maybe 3/4 of a litre, if that. So if that's the case, we're on a winner here, folks. So sit back, relax, and wait for the leaves to come out fully, and you'll see for yourself if it works or not. And we've got other ones to show as well. So we've done multiple sprays at different locations just to see how accurate how good it works in the different environments. Check out our website, vasilisgarden.com. I can taste the fruit already. Big weekend, folks. 3AW, Talkback Radio, gardening with myself, and Glenn is on, filling in for Darren, who's had a heart surgery, folks. We're wishing him all the best in recovery. He's up and about. He's in good spirits, so hopefully we'll see him soon back on radio. But in the meantime, I'll be in there talking gardening. Give us a call and check out our outlets. They're all stocked up pretty well this weekend. We've got some great specials for spring. Take advantage, and I'll see you at the Dandenong if you're nearby. I'll be popping in there straight after radio this morning. From me, Vasili, Maresi.